Hi, this is Wayne Williams of Speaking of Horses, and we're proud to be partnering with Northwest Horse Source, bringing you videos about the horse industry through our association with this publication, Northwest Horse Source. So, let's watch our current video of the week. Here we are again, another session with Carl Bledsoe, wonderful gaited horse trainer. This is Introduction to Rhythm
and Relaxation
Mounted.
Yes.
I knew I'd have to help Carl. Carl's the expert. Carl, so tell us what this is going to be about.
When you train a horse, I train on a training scale. The first two components of the training scale are rhythm and relaxation. Before you achieve what I call forward on a horse, which is rhythm, where that horse can carry you and the weight of the saddle and move all the way through his body and have his back raised to where you're not hurting him, and teaching that horse to relax where you can raise the level of energy that the horse needs and bring the level of energy down that the horse needs. This is my introduction to that mounted. Now, I've already established my work in hand and the horse understands the skills that I'm trying to develop with him mounted. We're working on refinement now. We're working on him taking it to the next level, and this is you know, it's like building a bridge. It's not a fast-paced thing. You gotta put every brick in, and it's got to count, and you can't go fast. So I spend a lot of time what I call suppling a horse, which is teaching them how to use the different parts of their body and bend different ways. But I'm also teaching this horse how to listen to my seat and my legs, to where he will give me more effort when I need it, stop when I need it, move his barrel over when I need it. I do a lot of coordination with my reins to teach that horse to keep his head low. You don't want a horse's head high at this level of training, because if the horse gets his head high, then he hollows his back out, and over time it can become painful. And rhythm and relaxation are the two key components to training your animal. You can't achieve anything past that until you've established relaxation and good rhythm. And the rhythm is something that you will work on throughout the horse's entire career. Whether you're trail riding, whether you're doing dressage, whether you're a stadium jumper, if you're chasing cows, the rhythm means everything for each task that you have the horse to do. So it's not specific to just my gaited horses.
And when you do rhythm and relaxation, and if you go back and look at this from a human standpoint, no person can get a job done really well if they're not relaxed.
No, sure.
If you are uptight, if you are tense, if you're worried about an outcome, that will affect how well you do that job, and it's no different with the horse.
Absolutely. And not only that, but when I establish my communication with the horse in hand, we've already learned each other's rhythm to a degree. So I've got to take what I've done with the horse in hand, then I've got to get in the middle of his back, and then there's another learning curve there, because I'm a big guy. So he's got to learn to be able to elevate to more energy and less energy, and control his breathing and all of that, carrying a over 200 pound guy in a saddle. So it's a process you go through, and it's strengthening is all it is. I mean, you talk to any bodybuilder in the world, and they'll tell you that they kind of have to be at a certain state in their mind to train their muscles to be able to lift and do the things they do. Talk about somebody that's a marathon runner. They will tell you that their best runs are when their mind is completely clear and they're relaxed.
Well, it's no different. Now, take it from whether you're going on a diet, whether you're going to stop smoking, or whatever it is. You can't do any of those things if you don't have your mind set.
No, sir.
That is not something that a pill or a patch is going to help if this is not in gear.
No, sir. And it's a communication, and it's a communication that it's a reciprocal communication that keeps repeating itself over and over and over again. So when you're trying to teach these animals how to carry you and go down a mountain trail, or do a pee-off, if you would, in the dressage arena, or any of that stuff, the horse has got to be spot on in the communication, and you do too. So there's a certain amount of the dance that you've got to learn together where you can have an expectation of each other. So I have people ask me all the time, can I come over to your house and just ride one of your horses? And I'm like, if you want to come to my house and hang out with me for a while and learn how the horses act and learn their habits and let them decide that they like you well enough that you could ride them, and then you want to take some lessons to learn how to be a good rider for the horse, then I would consider letting you ride one of my horses. But just to come over there and be a carnival ride, no, that's not going to happen. I like my horses too much for that.
And I have seen that so many times. You know, can I ride your horse? Well, I don't know if you can or not.
Well, I would tell you, when I was a kid, of course, my dad had a training facility. He trained show horses, but we were never allowed to go to our friend's house and ride their horse or their motorcycle. You want to know why? Because both of them will hurt you. And that was a rule that we had, and I still live by that rule. I never go to somebody's house and get on their horse unless I've established a relationship, some communication, to where that horse is not in fear of his life and something's going to happen to him.
Well, it comes back down to you have to be knowledgeable enough to know what you don't know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you have to be confident enough that when you're in that situation, because you've seen me in a situation with a horse that's never seen me before, you have to be confident enough and have enough horse savvy to be able to read that animal and help him get through a situation he's not familiar with. And that's a slippery slope for us guys that do what I do. But the best part about what I do is teaching people and helping people understand this. I've got the best job in the world with the best group of co-workers in the world, because the horses look forward to seeing me, and I get to hang out with my wife every day.
Yep, you get to hang out with your wife every day, and like you say, your co-workers, the horses, give you an unconditional acceptance.
Absolutely, and we look forward to one another. Getting back to the rhythm and relaxation mounted. These horses enjoy their job. It's never an effort for that horse to meet me at any level that I ask them to perform for me, so long as I've spent the time to show them what I expect.
And you said a key word about love their job. People, just as people need something to do because they stagnate, so do horses. So when you're taking them out trail riding, or when you're doing work in the arena like you're doing here on horseback or whatever, they need a job. It keeps their mind focused, and just making them a pasture ornament.
A bored horse will get in trouble.
That's right.
Okay? And if you don't believe me, go around to some of these boarding farms that have some older horses that the people have kind of, they're over the horse thing, and the horse is just standing there.
Yeah.
You've got horses that'll stand in the stall and weave. You've got cribbers. You've got all kind of behavioral things that happen because that horse is not doing something that he's meant to do.
A classic example is go to a place where they had a pony for the kid.
Yep.
And then the kid got older, went off to college. Mainly it's girls,
yes,
but they went off to college. And the pony was no longer their focus.
Yep.
But the pony means so much to mom and dad and everybody. The pony's not going anywhere. So the pony's 25 years old and becoming an issue because they don't have anything to do.
We just had an old mare this past winter that passed away. She was 27. We keep our horses. When we retire them, they no longer are used for us to ride, and we ride our horses up till, some of them are 20. But this mare, she taught my daughter how to ride. She went to some of the local shows. She was my child's best friend certain times in life. And when she got to the end of her career being used here on the farm as a riding horse, I've got a neighbor about 12 miles from here that has a 150-acre pasture that's got about 20 horses running on it. And I made arrangements with him for that mare to live in her natural habitat with a group of horses like she would if she were running wild. We fed, vetted, and took care of that mare just like she were here. But she did not have to stand in a stall or stand in a dry lot here on the farm and be bored out of her mind. She got to do what these horses were put here to do. She roamed those pastures and lived with a herd of horses.
Right. we've been here with Carl Bledsoe, and Carl's been on horseback for this session.
Yes.
Now, how did this go again? The title of this session again was
Introduction to Rhythm and Relaxation Mounted.
There you go. I knew you'd do that.
and it's all about teaching the horse to move forward, to carry you comfortably. It's our job as a rider to make the horse's job easy. So through rhythm and relaxation, the horse learns how to carry you and use his body in different ways, depending on what discipline you're going to do, or what type of riding you're going to do, whether it's in the arena or down the trail. But it's just helping that horse build the type of muscle that it takes for him to carry you and have some longevity of life without becoming arthritic and having soreness later on in life.
And you've got many years with Gaited horses. It's just Gait. And how do people contact you again, Carl?
I have a Facebook page, Just Gait. I have a personal Facebook page, Carl Bledsoe. And my website is Carl Bledsoe Horsemanship. And all of our email and all of our phone numbers are available on all three of those social media sites.
Thank you for joining Carl and this session on Gaited horses.